I'm gonna have some yo-yoing on and off the air, trying to get to the bottom of what might be behind this.
Mm.
Uh-oh. Now I am stuck. Why am I stuck? In turn... There we go. I just kind of sunk into the ground a little bit there. Nope. I'm unable to walk. Can I sidestep? Nope. This is interesting. There we go. I've got it under control. When the guys show up, we'll just go through and move everything that needs to be moved.
Is Tally here?
He was.
Hey, Trent, we should probably set up the cavalry character at some point.
Oh yeah. Well, today, one of the guys who I play with in our in-person session is my adopted brother, and he's been hospitalized. He had a critical car accident. Not recently, but last year. That caused his liver, him to lose 75% of his liver. He started a new job last week, which caused him to having new perforation, which has now gotten infected. And since he has lupus, it's very serious. But he won't be able to make it to our session today. So for the guys who are coming, we're going to have a character building session where we just build characters. So, we'll do that. You liking that combo, Raptor? I see you with the heavy rocket pack and the snub. That shit's lethal.
How does he get a hold of a heavy rocket pack?
Only the Sidewinder and the Tiger get the heavy rocket pack. It does almost as much damage as the snub, but I don't think it does quite as much. So if you snub somebody in the center torso and then heavy rocket pack right after, you get a one-hit kill. And they have no idea what happened to them, they just disintegrate.
Hey Trent, I'm gonna head off the Skype, but I will be at your house probably 4:30ish.
Sounds good. Take it easy, Sark.
Alright, see ya.
For whatever reason, the medium rocket pack for me was always a one-shot kill to the center torso.
With one hit?
When I fire it.
Interesting. I'd be interested for you to log in and check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to try. The UI is only mildly functional on my PC.
Interesting. Or is it not rendering, or are the options not selecting properly? What's going on?
It tends to do things involving flashing when you're firing. And a lot of times it doesn't go away. I mean, the UI won't go away when I close a menu or something, so it makes it difficult to play, since a lot of times I've got bits of the UI sitting on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Weird. The only time I've encountered something like that is when the game loses focus on the mouse cursor when you're trying to grab a gear, and so the gear menu stays open. But I found that just exiting the match and rejoining the match can solve that.
Mm. Well, with mine, it starts in the main menu as soon as I get in game.
Yeah, Galfin ran into an issue where he his game was starting in some very small resolution, so he couldn't use the UI because it wouldn't scale that small. And it was really hard for him to find a way to get his resolution back up to where it needs to be.
Mm.
Yesterday, me and Jason Raleigh were playing Dodge the Snub Cannon at like extreme range, so we'd be like 300, 400 meters apart or something, and you just lob a snub cannon around, and then I'd zoom in on it and try and dodge side to side.
So you're using snub cannon plus 2 VLAC?
Yeah, you probably do snub cannon plus 2 VLAC if you're gonna do like a Sidewinder or a Tiger one-hit kill build. But man, the Mamba, it's really hard to argue with all that mobility. You know what I mean?
I use my Mamba with... So far I've been using a heavy autocannon with 2 VLACs, and I've generally been able to kill everything faster than anyone else I could see, but that was in a versus bots match.
Yeah, I've been having really good luck with a single heavy laser and 2 VLACs, and I just whip out the heavy laser at long range and continue firing until they close to medium range when I go dual VLAC. The heavy laser, it doesn't feel like an anti-tank laser, you know what I mean? It's not quite satisfying yet. I would like to see its ammunition come down to like 12 or maybe even 6, and have a short lead up, like a very short lead up where it goes and then have the bolt do maybe a third of the damage that the snub does, but with a little bit faster of a fire rate. So if you're using the heavy lasers like in a sniper role or something like that, you can go and then reload, and like you can get a kill in 2 mags or something like that. I don't know how I feel about it, because it's really hard to balance a weapon that's like just gonna hit you, you know? No drop, no anything. Like, it's hard to balance for skill that way. But at the same time, how it is right now, it's got 20 shots, and it just spraying 20 lasers at somebody doesn't make you feel like you've got an anti-tank laser.
Well, how is it meant to be used against tanks?
It's just a really big laser that melts little holes in them, in the parts of them that they need to tank. You know what I mean?
So it's not designed to pierce the compartment?
It's designed to pierce the tank.
Well, so is it meant to be able...
What's that? I lost you. Are you still there? Hello? Nope, he's dead. Another short intermission to put in a bug report. So in the Heavy Gear 1 guide, I'll show you guys this real quick. The Heavy Gear 1 guide, see here. Oop, oop, oop. Got some special things happening here. We've got the heavy laser cannon. Heavy laser cannon is described as the largest vehicle-mounted battlefield laser. It is an anti-vehicle laser cannon with an effective range of 2,000 meters and 400 millimeter penetration inside a 250 meter range with good accuracy. The kind of a laser that you might expect use on a gear that isn't specifically designed to carry a laser might be something like our sniper laser cannon. This is a much smaller laser with 145 millimeters penetration. So this is the kind of a laser cannon that a gear would generally be able to power off their power plant if they're designed for that. So it's about a quarter of the power of the heavy laser cannon. So it's a pretty big difference. It's one of those things where you know, if you're gonna be operating one of these weapons, this is the heavy duty weapon that's gonna be putting out an awful lot of firepower, and it's going to be eating a lot of juice with every shot. So that's what I'm talking about whenever I'm talking about the having the heavy laser with the 20 rounds, doing that whole thing. It's kind of tricky. I mean, that's not exactly what I have in mind whenever I'm thinking about the laser cannons.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Power went out.
Yeah. I had a power surge yesterday while I was streaming that took me off the air. It knocked out, it flipped the circuit breaker for the entire house, knocked out all of the systems that were running, and my ups had to go into emergency mode.
Huh.
So, like, it kicked my ups into emergency mode, so it started making this really high-pitched klaxon that was like, hey, something's bad is happening. And, like, I thought, I don't know, maybe my battery had ruptured or something, and it was just leaking battery acid. So I was kind of alarmed, but it wasn't that big a deal. Got right back on the air after it happened, so... Ugh, I just barely missed it. Yeah.
Okay, back.
Roger. Man, he survived some bombardment. Those Jaguars are just so durable. So it looks like when your armor, your chassis, your top armor takes enough damage, and gets blown off, you lose your rocket packs, which makes sense because they're connected to that armor panel. So you're not going to have your rocket packs if your top armor really takes a beating. You're going to lose that. Here we are, back into the swing of things. So if you look at the amount of armor that's actually on one of these gears, you can see this armor panel. This armor panel is maybe, oh gee, something like 100 millimeters thick at most, in like effective thickness. So like this is a nice rounded southern armor panel, so it's going to be pretty good at deflecting a lot of different kinds of munitions that are going to be inbound on you. And you can see that bottom armor panel is considerably thicker. If I open that back up, you can see it's got this little sill on the inside. So there's some thickness to the armor on this gear here. See that right there. But the heavy laser has 400 millimeters of armor penetration. Really, like, if you take a hit from a heavy laser, it's gonna saw one side, like in one side of your gear and out the other side, and just leave a little hole in anything that was between point A and point B. Contrast to what we're working with now, let's see if somebody will poke their head out. I think it takes about 3 or maybe 4 hits to take out an armor panel. I'm not sure. Probably find out. Oops. time like the present. Good luck. Gonna need to close in and do this the old-fashioned way. Jaeger is outnumbered. That's probably not so great. Try to get here in time to make the difference. Oh, he had it under control, looks like. He shot my rocket launchers off. Gonna have to go back and get some more. Actually, I'm going to do something a little different. Let me put this out here. I'm gonna grab Sidewinder. Gotta kind of keep mashing reload until it thinks you're serious and actually reloads. There we go. Oh, he went somewhere I can't follow him. Wait, yeah, that's normal. Where is he? Uh-oh. This isn't exactly ideal, is it? Possible to get up there without jump jets. I don't have any. At this point, I should probably rely less on finding other people and more on them finding me. To get their attention, if anything will. It dropped my other pulse laser. There you go. Stop that. Gee. Did it do it again? It did. Maybe if I... There. Gotta manually put it away every time so I don't accidentally drop it on the ground. No. Alright folks, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be streaming more Heavy Gear for the rest of the week. Take it easy.